Color grading is so important, okay? It's so important, okay? So I'm going to show you how to go from this to this in today's video. Color grade, color correction is one of the most important things that you can think of. I don't know why I need to shave this. It's just too much. Anyways, let's not focus on this. But color grading is a really important thing that you need to know when editing videos. It is very important. It's very important. Now hear me out. You don't want to watch a video that looks like this, do you? I don't think so. You want to watch a video that looks like this. Okay. Let me show you how I color grade my videos, and it just kind of depends what video. When it's vlogging, it doesn't need too much of a CC, I guess. Like my camera shoots great, like this is probably fine. I might just turn down the blue a little bit, make it a little bit yellow. But with edits in my cinematic videos and stuff like that, I take my time when I'm editing and color correcting that, because it makes the video look really good. It ties it all in together. So we're gonna hop into Adobe Premiere and I'm gonna show you guys how to color grade. Okay, so we are in Adobe Premiere. We're in Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna show you guys how to color correct. We have a really good shot here. Let's go to new sequence. As you can see, this is a really good shot. This is a really good shot. We're just gonna mainly focus on this right here, and we're gonna do some color grading. We're gonna go to 50% just so I can see it a little bit better. The number one thing when color correcting a video is you want to make sure that when you're filming, you have the right ISO, you have the right exposure, all that stuff, because it helps you color correct a little bit easier. So we're gonna go over here to new item, go to adjustment layer, press OK. And by the way, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do everything that comes stock with Adobe Premiere, and I'm not gonna do any plugins or whatever. So here we have the center console, the shift knob that's in that Toyota Supra. This is from my Toyota Supra video. If you haven't watched it, it's gonna be right here. Go watch it. Okay, now we're gonna make sure we are in the effects panel right up here, and if you go to the right, you'll see effects, essential color, essential sound. Go to Lumetri color. Make sure you are highlighted on the adjustment layer. Okay, now we're gonna start with, let's get rid of tone first. We're gonna start with like temperature. Now, normally you can click this and just choose something that's white in the video, and it'll automatically white balance it for you, but we're not gonna do that. I like to do it manually, just so I can find the specific tone that I want. Okay. So I think that looks nice. It kind of highlights that. And you kind of just want to make sure you're balancing it, right? So you don't want something that's too orange. You don't want something that's too pink. Like that just looks horrendous. You want to find a nice in-between, like we just did. When you go to tone, I always just kind of drag the exposure down just a little bit. I like my videos to have like a dark kind of feel to it and shiny kind of thing to it. Then we're going to go to contrast, and we're going to turn the contrast about 11%. Just so it's not completely out of focus. You can still see some of the stuff, and so far this kind of looks way better. It looks a little bit darker. It's making the actual, like the focus of the shot, which is that shift knob and the key, kind of pop out. And highlights, it just kind of depends. You kind of just gotta find your highlights. So here's one right here, a couple over here. So we're just gonna see what they look like when I drag it. So yeah, let's turn it up just a little bit, make it a little bit brighter, that's always good. Shadows, you don't want to turn them down too much because this is already a dark scene as it is. Then you're gonna let's go to whites. I don't really mess with these too much. It depends the shot normally. And then we're done with tone. You don't really need to do too much when it comes to tone and white balance. Just kind of find an even in between, an even adjustment, right? Faded film, I always add about 5 to 10 faded film. It just adds that cinematic look to a video. It's so nice, I love it. Sharpen, we're gonna go to about 10, just so we can get, 5, 10 too much. And then saturation, we're gonna go to around 110. Now this is what we have so far. Pretty clean, don't you think? If we go into 50%, you can see by toggling this off and on, it really looks cinematic. Then we're going to go to our shadow tint, and we're going to mess around with this. Like I said, I normally go for that blue kind of look. I think it just really makes it pop out. You don't want it to go too blue like that. You want to find that nice in between, like I mentioned earlier. Highlight tint. This is just going to add like an overall tint to your video. So you just want to make sure that it goes well with your shadow tint. I always like to do opposites when it comes to highlight tint. And we're just gonna pull it up a little bit. So this is what we have so far. I think it looks really nice so far. Okay, next up, curves. Curves are essential. We're gonna go one right here, one right here, and one right here. You want to make sure that you go directly up the line. Now we're gonna go from the bottom, and when you're messing with the curves, you want to get like an S. Okay, it depends what you're looking for and what you're going for on which way you would turn it, but we're gonna put it down just a little bit like that. We're gonna go up here. It's gonna bring on that overall highlight, and then this is just messing with the shadows, if you can see, and that looks good. Okay, if we toggle this on, you can see that it really got rid of some of that faded darkness that you can see in there, and it makes the center console pop out more. Color, wheeled, and matched. Now we're gonna go to midtones, and we're just gonna find that balance. You know, it's always about finding that balance. So I like to go in between the yellow and green, just to find that nice pop. And then with the highlights, again, it's just finding that balance. So again, yellow and green, or we can go up a little bit or down. Let's just do that yellow and green again. Shadows, you want to go down a little bit. And that looks dope. Okay. Now to tie it all in together, we're going to go to crop. This is a secret. Not really a secret, but this makes the overall cinematic look, cinematic video pop out. It brings everything together. I always do about 5. I don't want too much bars. And here we go. Let's see what it looks like. This is before, and this is after. Don't have to spend too much time when it comes to color correcting, but just learn a little bit. You know, if you don't have anything to edit, I recommend just taking a nice picture and just practice your color grading. So, if you guys have any questions about how I do certain things, tutorials, all that stuff, leave them down in the comment section below. I'm going to try and just kind of start teaching more. You know, sharing my experience, what I have learned with you guys. Color grading. It's a good one. It's a really good one. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Okay? I really need to shave this. Like I said, this is so